Right, so I'm back again with another Abus 6550, and whenever I say another Abus, I mean the same one as was previously filmed. Why am I picking this again? Well, that is why. I have made this into a repinnable padlock. Going to send it out as a bit of a challenge lock. Let me just see. Send it out as a bit of a challenge lock. There's the keys. This is the new key, and this one should work like that. Take it out, and this is the old key. It doesn't work, but the old key does work when the old pin is placed back in it. Old key pin, that is. So I've put this whenever it was the original condition, and in its newer state I haven't. And then I'll also be able to, should be also able to gut this for you as well. Obviously because the changes made. So I've made this for Yanio, so it'll be coming your way, buddy. Once I get this picked and gutted and sorted, and I'll try and get it wrapped up and ready to go tomorrow. So whenever I say tomorrow, it's not actually tomorrow for you guys, but yeah. So I seen Potty make a bit of a repinnable padlock out of one that he'd found on the side of the road. I believe it was anyway. It had a few issues, it wasn't going to work anymore. Maybe it wasn't that one. Anyway, he'd made one and he'd showed about how to, use the tap to knock down the not tap. If you use a centre punch over where you can see wee faint markings where the plugs were drilled originally, you can get like wee divots that you then doing two things at once. Right, so if you use a centre punch along obviously the key pin side, mine I was just about able to see where all these wee plugs were, and you give it a wee tap and it drops them down a bit, and then you can use a 3mm drill out the plugs. Now this was not straightforward for me. I had so much issues with it. It took me a couple of nights going at it. I ended up going out and getting new drill bits and realised that the problem was blunt drill bits, but that's a different story. Got it all out and had a wee look inside. Like I say, modified the key, changed the pin, just used a piece of brass rod that I have to do that. So yeah, I just thought this, like I said, I'm intending this one here for Yanio, and it's just going to be a repinnable lock for him to help learn padlocks with, because I know he struggles with those quite a wee bit. And then once he's done, he could probably send them on to the next guy, and just kind of just for a bit of fun, really. So you just taking these screws out, and I'll show you also. This is a good demonstration to be able to show you what the pins are inside an Abus 6550. Because I know sometimes myself anyway, you pick these locks and you can't help but wonder. Well, you can a good picker can tell what they're picking, but I struggle sometimes to figure out, whether it's all spools, there's only a couple of spools, just whatever's in the lock. So it's nice to know sometimes. And there's the new pin that I made. Hold on a second, the screen's gone dark. That's the new pin that I made. It's not the prettiest of things, but it works, so I'll just stick both those key pins up into that. I used a bit of brass rod, cut it down, stuck it in the Dremel, just filed it needed to be a wee bit shorter than it was. It was or narrower, sorry, and I put it into the core, matched the key to it, etc, etc. So now both keys work with this. I didn't show you the original key still working, but it does. And I had to make this as well because I had to make this because I drilled the original one out. I'm trying to show you, but there we go. There's just more of that brass rod that I just filed into the right shape and depth, and that's what the 6th chamber houses, and that's the retaining. And then out comes the core. As you can see, originally I screwed up a wee bit with my drilling, went into the core there where it should have been a bit more flush, but hey, I know what to do differently next time. And then if you can see down into that, let's see if I just, this wee guy's trying to escape. Okay, that's not going to work. I'll put a photo at the end. This here was originally out, so I was able to push that in last time, and I forgot that I should have kept this locked. And what's happened is the wee locking mechanism sprung out to both sides there, but I'll get a wee photo to show you, and I'll probably put it like a wee picture-in-picture or something, show you what I'm on about there. But if I didn't show you already, there's your 2 keys. This is the modified one here, and this is the original. And like I say, I changed that original thing, so you know, just feel free to do whatever you want with this here. You can work away and thread it, you can do whatever. I had to counter mill that pin 4 a wee touch, just the pin I made was still sticking and it just wasn't perfect. So let's see if I can bring you over and show you the pins. There we are. So it's got a serrated driver in pin 1 there, and then the rest are all spools. And there's that horrible looking pin 4 key pin that I made, but you know, it does the job. And I had to change the springs because, well, let's see, there's one of the old ones, there's another one, and finally, so I pretty much mucked those up, but I'll get this sent on to you, and you can feel free to modify it, do whatever you want to it as you continue to learn, and then pass it on once you're done. Right, thanks for watching. Right, so I thought I'd show this on just to add how the wee locking mechanism works. It normally goes down in through there, and it interacts with the core down in that chamber. By the way, if anybody knows why this won't come out, I presume there's maybe another pin or something here holding it, but it's that badly battered from whenever I was trying to get it disassembled. I couldn't see that. Yeah, so this interacts with the core as such. It sort of sits like this in its sort of locked position. In fact, they might be slightly compressed like that. And the bottom of the core has this actuator, and it sort of sits in alongside the 2 of these, and then as you turn it rotates. The top one, you know, pushes the 2 of them come together, compress, and that's how the wee locking mechanism comes in. And to show you that there, it's just a hole drilled, wee bit of rod to keep it lined up, and a spring. And then also discovered the back of the core has a wee hole drilled here that is populated with this wee pin. And what this pin does is that pin goes through and it cuts through the chamber, and it prevents anybody from manipulating those and trying to get in ways they shouldn't. So thanks for watching. Just got to put this together now and I'll get this sent out. Cheers.